Yeah, as I was saying, they also Israelites. Phone screen cut off, so the whole video gets cut. They also Israelites, alright? It have a lot of men who don't like the fact that we teaching that we is Israelites. One including Vocab Malone. And it Alan Parr. Alright? TD Gino Jennings. Yeah, all these guys, they teach a doctrine that don't line up with the scripture. Let me tell you something. Lining up with the scriptures is necessary when you're teaching the Bible. For your doctrine to line up with the scriptures. That is why the scriptures have line upon line, precept upon precept, here a little and there a little. That is why the scriptures describe that. And that way and that method of breaking the scriptures down cannot be debunked. Because I had this Jake young man who sent a video for me showing me line upon line, precept upon precept debunked. I never viewed the videos since he sent it because he's a Christian reformist who believe in John Calvin and Martin Luther and their doctrine. But John Calvin and Martin Luther fail as well to tell you that same way. Alright? John Calvin and Martin Luther, they were not teaching the truth. John Calvin, Martin Luther didn't teach the truth. John Calvin, Martin Luther didn't have the truth. As we just read, one faith. But who has the faith? People get vexed when we say we are the faith, beginning with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, but that is the truth. We have the faith. We have the correct way how to break down the scriptures. This book of 2 Peter 3 and 16 says, as also in all his epistles, speaking in them of these things in which are some things hard to be understood, which they that are unlearned and unstable rest, as they do the other scriptures, unto their own destruction. Alright? They that are unlearned and unstable, what do they do? They just rest. Meaning they just fight with the scriptures. Fight with the scriptures. Fight with it and twist it up. You understand? What do they do with the scriptures? They fight with the scriptures and twist up the scriptures. Twist it until they get their narrative in. But you can't do that, because when you do that, you're going to be destroyed for that. When you do that, it has destruction in that. Like what men don't understand. That when they do that, it has destruction in that. Twisting the scriptures is wrong. And it will always be wrong. Because you don't twist the scriptures. Alright? You don't twist the scriptures. You teach the scriptures exactly what you see is where you teach. When you see the Most High only love the Israelites, you teach that. You don't try and twist that to bend to make it to your narrative. When you see the Most High didn't make the Lord by immaculate conception in the scriptures, you don't twist it to make it suit your narrative. When you see the Most High say the Gentiles that can be saved are Israelites, that was just a mystery, you don't twist it to bring it to your narrative. When you see the Most High say that his son was melanated, You don't twist it to make it suit your narrative. When you see the Most High say, Edom is the so-called white man, and it's proven through the scriptures, you do not twist it to bring it to your narrative, because your narrative cannot match up to what the Most High have in plan, because you are a man. And that is a power, not just a power, but the power. Alright? The most supreme in the universe, whose name is Yahweh. That is the ultimate power. Alright? So you don't twist things to bring it to your narrative, because your narrative is not important. You teach the scriptures to bring it to what the Lord Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai say. That is what it always comes down to. The scriptures say, if any man speak, let him speak as of the oracles of the Most High. And I write in Peter. Right? First Peter 4:11. It says, if any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of the Most High. I'm gonna look up that in not the meaning, but in the Bible comparison. It's the NASB 95 National I don't know, New American Standard Bible, I believe. Yeah. New Americans, and them new versions were created by two unbelievers in the Bible. Let me see the name here. I believe I know the names. Let me see. Select here. Fourth Bible. Oh, game here. No. Let me see. Can't remember his full name, and I'll learn it. I see it might have it in. Yeah. Fourth is the man name I show. I know one of his name is Fourth. Yes, sir. Me forget that man, boy. But it's them men and them who come up with the different versions of the scriptures. Sure about that. Sure, we'll get it here. Right. Let's see.
Hi, this is Matt Baker. Today I'm going to show you a family tree of English Bible translations. As you probably know, there are a lot of different translations available these days, from old ones like the King James Version to new ones like the English Standard Version. In this video, I'll be explaining the differences between all of the various translations, as well as going through the history of how the Bible came to be translated into English in the first place. Finally, I'll be ending things by sharing with you which translation I personally like the best. I'm going to start by explaining the three colors used on the chart. As you probably know, the Bible was originally written in Hebrew and
Where the hell, why? Why you had them in and them name it? Anyway, Salakia, Akia. Salakia. This is that brother do a video on it as well too. Fathers of the new translations of the Bible. Nah, I ain't getting them. Cause I know I had it. Yeah, I look up them. Anyways, but go back.
I get a lot of questions about what's the best Bible translation.
Okay. So this is what it say NASB 95, which this was translated by Smith. It's Smith and Ford. It's too fucking Edomites who didn't even believe in the scriptures, nothing. They didn't even believe in the Bible. Them just translate it, right? It says whosoever speaks is to do so as one who is speaking the utterances of God. So if you're speaking, you have to speak what the Most High utter. What the Most High utter written down by holy men. Say that in 2 Peter 1 and 19. It says, whosoever serves is to do so as one who is serving by the strength of the Most High, strength which the Most High supplies, so that in all things the Most High may be glorified through Mashiach, Yahweh Mashiach, to whom belongs the glory and dominion forever and ever. So be true. The CSB says, if anyone speaks, let it be as one who speaks God's words. See that? If you're talking, you have to talk God's words, and the Most High words is written in the book, the scriptures. So you always have to quote the scriptures, line upon line, precept upon precept, here a little and there a little. That is why we always quote the scriptures. Alright? We ain't going to quote from the top of our head. Or tell you what we think. Who the fuck care what we think? And that's what Christianity does do. Supersessionism is not biblical. Get out the fucking way, that lie. Replacement theology is a lie. You know what cuts that? Romans 11 and 1. It said the Most High had not cast away his people, which he foreknew. Romans 11 and 1. It says, I say then that the Most High cast away his people, God forbid, for I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. The Most High had not cast away his people, which he foreknew. What the scripture saith of Elias, how he maketh intercession to the Most High against Israel, saying. So, Most High never cast away the Israelites. The Israelites still here, and they will always be here. That is in Ezekiel, Jeremiah 31 and 35. Remember the first time the man who bring me into the truth showed me that precept, I was like, Bomboclat, what is that, boy? Yeah, we's the Israelites. Yeah, he sort of like the fact that we know he's the Israelites. But we know he's the Israelites. And what I getting to understand is that this man always knew we were the Israelites, especially the small hats. Them knew from day one we the Israelites. They knew that. That's why, like when you look at YouTube, not YouTube, what was being handed down to us by media and what was being portrayed by media about us all through the years, from the beginning of the Hollywood with the Jim Crow and all of them thing, and all of them thing was mockeries against us. All of them thing was mockeries. And when the pioneer with the big fat lip and the white and black and like a goofy, all them thing was mockeries against us by the small lads because they knew who we were. So that's why they had to work, because remember the ultimate plan is to take we identity. So what they had to do, they had to work very hard to make sure we ain't seen as anything, because the goal is to take we identity. Because they figure that when they take our identity, they could be us somehow. Because they sold their birthright, but there's no way it could be us. So the ultimate goal is to take the identity of the Israelites. So they have to degrade the Israelites so that they could take the identity. They had to pull them to the lowest so that they could eventually take their identity. Which is the goal. That is the goal of the Edomites, of the Amalekites. But they can't win because we give back the identity. And we give back the identity through the Holy Spirit. You can't fight spirits. So you lost already. You understand? But I'm sorry I remember them men and them name, boy. Wait, sir. I type up them men and them name already, boy. Oh, yeah, I forget them name, boy. But there's the founding fathers of the different versions now, boy. And the men and them literally didn't believe in God and all kind of thing now, boy. Them just see something and take it up and run with it. And that is what these people and them running down. But King James, King James, he was a so-called Negro man. He was an Israelite. And he did believe in a Mashiach. And he translated the Bible. The Most High Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, put the Spirit upon King James to translate the Bible for us because of the things the Lord knew what was going on and what we was about to endure. So the Bible was published for us, the Israelites, in these last days. Remember, the seal was broken, so the book had to be published. Right? Yahushai break the seal, so the books had to be on the earth. And there is no coincidence that the Bible is still the #1 selling book in the world, especially the KJV. You know who doing that? That is the Spirit of the Lord doing that. I not doing that. None of us doing that. It's the Spirit of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai doing that. Right? You can't conquer them. You cannot. Okay? But the Christians, they lose this whole, if it's a, for lack of a better term, battle. If they wanted to battle us, you cannot battle us. You just butcher scriptures. The Lord had a father. Alright? Yahushai had a biological father whose name was Joseph. And his biological mother's name was Mary. Adam had a biological father and a biological mother, and he sinned. So to correct the sin, you have to have a biological father and a biological mother and live sinless and correct that, which is what Yahushua came to do. Correct the sins of the first Adam. Right? They didn't have no spirit thing there. When Adam transgressed, it wasn't a spirit man Adam transgressed. It was a physical man transgressed. So a physical man came to correct that. Okay? You dumb Christians. Supersessionism don't exist. The Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, deals with ethnicity and race groups. He does. And it don't matter what you think. The rainbow people, the Lord is going to destroy all of them. Because the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, do not side with that. Alright? The Lord have a standard. Don't degrade the Lord's standards because you naturally is a devil. The Lord will deal with you harshly for that. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is a power of standards. Okay? A lot of you people, these Christians, they don't have standards. Anything goes with the fucking Christians. That is why the Lord don't ultimately deal with you all. Alright? You have to have a standard. And King James' father was Henry Lord Darnley. Going back to King James. Henry Lord Darnley was from the house Stuarts. The house of Stuarts. A noble house in Europe. They were Israelites. Because during that time, it was the Israelites ruling Europe. That ain't far-fetched. Some might feel it far-fetched, but it's not far-fetched. Israelites was ruling Europe. He died young. He died in his 20s, early 20s. And Mary, his mother, grew up King James.